The islands of Hawaii. Ancient Polynesians had to use the stars to find them, and it is the stars that bring a new breed of explorers here now. Here lies the Earth's highest volcano, Mauna Kea, the highest point on these tropical islands. It stands above city lights and industrial pollution, a freezing mountaintop which may be the best astronomical site in the world. This month's star attraction is Comet Halley, a cloud of ice and dust making its way across the night sky.
I think the amateur astronomers and the professional astronomers share a lot of the same enthusiasm over something as exciting as a comet, and in particular a comet as famous as this one. We all enjoy looking at it, taking pictures of it, trying to understand more about it, and enjoying the whole nighttime sky that we'll soon have available to us here in a few minutes.
Minutes are nothing in the context of the comet's 4 billion year past, or even the 76-year wait since Halley's last appearance. As a once-in-a-lifetime experience, Halley creates a special excitement.
It's something that you want to be able to experience, even for those of us who don't do much in comet watching or stargazing. I have trouble finding the Big Dipper and the sky, but I just love the idea of being able to see something that I, once.
I think that people do expect to be able to walk out and see this big, bright object in the sky without searching very hard. I think people expect to see the comet in the sky and see it moving. The pictures that you see published show a big, long tail, which makes it look like it's flying through the atmosphere and spewing off this tail. And although that's what it looks like, the object is really millions of miles away. The tail is being caused by the solar wind.
Renowned astronomers come here for what they call the best scene in the world. The top of Mauna Kea reaches nearly halfway to outer space, and giant telescopes take astronomers the rest of the way. These telescopes require intensive care. Refrigerated domes keep temperatures constant. Any variation can affect the telescope's mechanisms and distort the images. This 61-centimeter telescope is less sophisticated than its more advanced neighbors, but it compensates with a special camera, which makes an important contribution.
We have to ensure that the telescope tracks very accurately on the comet during this half-hour exposure. It's hard to imagine anything much more exciting than a comet that makes a quick pass through the solar system. Well, what this camera, with its photographic film, does is take a very wide-angle picture of the sky. We have electronic detectors that make excellent images of small spots in the sky. But when you want to study something that's very large, such as a comet tail, then photography is still really the best way to do it.
Making several half-hour exposures a night, Cruikshank charts the changes in the comet's tail, which stretches 16 million kilometers from the core, the equivalent of a toy marble leaving a 16-kilometer trail. At two of Mauna Kea's telescopes, observations continue 24 hours a day. At NASA's infrared facility, astronomers can survey data from wavelengths unseen by the human eye. In the infrared, it's possible to tell the temperatures of distant objects and to identify their composition. Aimed at Halley, this telescope's data suggests that the comet is made of many things which make up our own atmosphere, including water, methane, carbon, and oxygen. Persistent analysis from Earth-bound telescopes has given scientists a great deal of information about what they call the cosmic refrigerator. To confirm their thesis, astronomers have taken their vision to space. Two Japanese spacecraft took pictures of the glowing hydrogen atoms surrounding the comet and measured solar winds. Both traveled to within about 140,000 kilometers of the core. The Soviet Union then sent two spacecraft much closer, to within almost 8,000 kilometers of Halley. Both were damaged by clouds of dust smashing into them at 240,000 kilometers an hour. But the outcome was the closest view of the comet ever recorded, confirming what scientists had suspected, that Halley has a solid core, one that is about 14 kilometers across. To the untrained eye, Halley's journey may be rather inconspicuous, but scientists are beginning to see Halley very clearly. The probe Giotto, for instance, reached within almost 560 kilometers of the nucleus, revealing jets of dust bursting from conical vents on the comet's surface. It is certain that we will learn more from this appearance of the comet than in all previous observations combined.
There's a lot of romance and even drama standing here in the cold looking at the stars, either through a telescope like I'm doing now or just when there are a few extra moments just looking at the star field outside the dome. The stars that most people never get to see because they're glued to their TV sets in their nice well-lit rooms and in their well-lit cities are a constant source of beauty, a source of beauty that most of us miss these days. It's a kind of communion with nature. And I think that always helps us understand more about ourselves as well as the world we live in.